Hey interwebs, Joeypals here, and welcome to a super special spooky episode. Today I decided to go ahead and look back at a writing that I did a couple years ago, which was kind of an attempt at a creepypasta, but I don't know. Today we are going to be looking at a story that I wrote a couple years ago on Wattpad, and it's called Crumbling Railways. Like I said, it was my first attempt at creepypasta. I think I did okay, but I want to go ahead and take a look back with you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and read the story. Sorry if I sound a little bit off, getting slightly sick right now. Alright, I'm going to shut up. Let's begin. You may have heard the story of a Lumios girl, but sit down as I unfold to you the story of the crumbling railways of Kalos. From this point on, I must only speak in rhymes, and you'll soon see why. A century ago, railways were in full use. Some say it mirrors today's car use. In this small little town on the way to the Pokemon League named Corway, tracks were laid down, shiny and new, all with the help of Girder and Pikachu. After some time, though, things went downhill, and the land began to suffer from the chill of the fables in the area here, about a girl named May who was held dear. She was about 17, ready to start life anew, maybe even meet a boy or two. So she said goodbye to Hoenn and started her way to the tiny town of Corway. She had a new Pokedex in hand, ready to go, but if only she knew how life would show, that behind tiny blessings lies a curse that will put you in a hearse. Don't believe me? You'll see why May is the most mourned trainer in history. She stepped off the train, entered the hotel, and decided to lay down for a spell. But in her dreams, in the town, is where everything started going down. She woke up in a sweat and checked her cheek. Her dream had a future that was far too bleak. But she said, "I'm fine, I can do this." Rolled out of bed and full of bliss. Headed to the railroad tracks to do some work for a town plaque. It became clear that something was off. But May sighed and simply scoffed. "There's Drifloon here, and Heatmore. So what? I've dealt with much more." And so she worked with her Plusle, making sure it got done in a hustle. 9 feet of track were laid that day. "Not bad," she said. "Time to hit the hay." But as she slept, the Drifloon came out and began to form what the story's about. May worked on the tracks for a month, but for her, it wasn't enough. She wanted to be an operator, but who wouldn't have it? The Heatmore. The Heatmore were irritated, home ruined, their heartland now wounded. Legend says that the land was sacred, and intruders would be tainted with the sign of death. It must be stopped, or the population of Pokemon will be dropped. A few months later, on a June day, a train came through, operated by May. Little does she know what lied ahead. On the tracks of a heartland, dead. She sped ahead quick, bound for Lumios, but May held hope too close. 50 miles of track were rusted and weak by a move called Incinerate once weak. May tried to stop, but there's no stopping fate, even when work pushes against fate's grates. That was the last of May, shot into the ground, with Drifloon and Heatmore only being around. The Drifloon got to work, carrying the bodies, but for one Drifloon, it lost its body. But they continued on, clearing the scene, leaving the train for all to see. But all was not done. No, not even close. May's body was left in unfrozen rows. Or so it would seem until the next night, and that's when everyone filled with fright. As the camera crew reported the incident, and no perpetrator to be known, a body rose in a gruesome display. Eyes red, blood soaked, none other than May. People ran up to hug her, support her, but these souls made an ultimate blunder in trying to touch the undead, but with a brain instead. She got up and slashed everyone in sight, blood everywhere, seeping out the eyes. She killed 49 that night, but it could have been 50, right? No one knows for sure, except that all died. But May roams the land, her blood dried. She stalks around when the sky has the moon. killing everything from people to Linu. Or at least people say. The story is not confirmed. But why care? Your name, you've recently heard. Game Freak had released a new side game called Pokemon Claim Your Fame, in which you could be anything you say, almost in a Sims kind of way. However, no matter what you chose, only one true selection arose. Everything directed to the operator, they say. The tutor's name? Her name, none other than May. But this game, seemingly innocent, is quite the opposite, even hell-bent. The player will start, excited and amped, only for their innocence to be zapped by a sight that's at first strange, for it was a 108-year-old legend, deranged. They trapped me here, the voice will scream. The Driflin trapped me in this dream. It was then when May was seen. She had blood all over, her eyes a red sheen. And now I trap you. Escape me, I dare you. Try to escape my train coming right after you. And everyone fought it off, deemed it crazy, and sued Game Freak for all kinds of money. But Game Freak issued no such thing, the game being an odd being. All ignored it until the boy, age 13, was run down in the streets like a gruesome dream. It wasn't any sort of vehicle either, but it was the train with May forever. Authorities were called, but it was never cemented, and all records were soon after cremated. These days, May will run down all in silence, in such a way that it should be called a science. But to keep her away, there's one thing you must say, or she will make sure to end your day. I will never love a train, nor you, May, for you let your heart go astray. You murdered all in sight, try with all your might, but you will never be able to kill me, so go to hell in misery. But sometimes, even that's not enough, nor will it ever be enough. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching today. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment down in the description, and subscribe to see more upcoming material. I'm going to try to come out with new videos on a more frequent basis, but it's kind of hard concerning the holidays and school and work, and I'm trying. That's all I'm going to say. I'm trying. I'm working on 4 different videos right now. We're coming along slowly, but they are coming along, and they should be out by the end of a month at the very least. So yeah, that's what I have coming up. Like I said, thank you so much for listening today. My voice is kind of blah, so I'm gonna stop talking now. Alright, love you guys. I'll see you next time. This is Joeypals signing out.